What's up, guys? So today I'm just going to be going over a trade recap from Monday, November 10th. I had taken two trades. So I took one on my XFA during Asia, which is right here, and then I took one during New York Open on two evals, which is right here. So I'll go over both right now. I'm going to keep ES, keep it on the 15. So this one, I think this one was 5 accounts. It was 80 points. I just went in for 3 micros. So I made, this one was like, I think it was like 520, no, 580, 480. So whatever 480 times 5 is, fuck. 480 times 5. So this is 2400, so 480 per XFA. And then the 2 AM ones were for eval, so 1500 per eval, so just 3000. So first thing first, I'll start with this one. So go to Asia, just go to my trade. I don't really care if it's like already there. So first thing first, so we had already gapped up to begin with from Friday. So Friday we had ended the day right here. Price opened up about like 103 points, pushed up a little bit, and we just kind of came back to this range till Asia session started. So my whole bias on this was bullish because, as you know, Trump announced a $2,000 stimulus check for lower and middle class, which is just bullish overall for the economy. And then also we are in the next phase for government shutdown ending. So overall bullish in general, all of that is bullish. I did not really look for no technical analysis or anything. This was just mainly off of a bullish government, like everything about like price right now is just bullish in general. So Asia opens at 8. I caught this displacement up. Stops were right here because we had tapped into this fair value gap with this candle, rejected off of it, and then I just caught 80 points. So this one's simple, nothing to really not much to really go over. That was pretty straightforward. That was for my XFAs, so that counted as Monday, and then I will show you what I took for New York. Let's see. Alright, so going into New York session. So first thing first, what I usually do is I'll scale all the way to the higher time frame. So I'll go to the 4 hour. I'll just look at like what price is doing, close above this. Okay, we tapped into this, didn't really reject off of it yet. Now if we go to the 1 hour, this candle doesn't count because this is already the 9 o'clock candle. We had a fair value gap here, price that could possibly tap into. Now going down to the 15 minute. First thing first, our main draws. So we had London highs, London lows. Then we had, let me get rid of this line. Then we had Asia lows. I did not really think price would go here. London is pretty obvious because we're going to want to sweep London to push up higher. So that was something I definitely kept in mind. So next, after that, you have to analyze both pairs, obviously, to see what SMTs we have, what we have to tap into, what we don't have to tap into, and then also just like looking at just the overall movement, see if we're rebalancing EQ. So if you look here, we get a push up, we rebalance close under 0.5 range, and then we get a push up, close under the 0.5, took London, whatever. That doesn't matter. That was after my trade, so I didn't really look too much into that. But if we go in the 15 minute, you'll see that ES takes this 15 minute right here, this one, this one, this one. If we go on NQ, we tap only into this one, and then we swept this low right here, which is right here for ES, making a really big SMT. So that's already one bullish thing. Next, right before market open, we want to see where could we get a good entry point in and just what price is doing on the shorter time frame. So when it comes to ES, we had an SMT right here, and we had a 5-minute fair value gap here that we tapped into, rejected off of. This was a great point of rejection because we rejected off of here, came back down, rejected, went up, rejected off of it again. So this was a really good point of rejection, and also we had a really big SMT because this low swept 625 or 635 actually, and we did not sweep in on NQ, so that's another bullish, another reason to be bullish in general. Next up, we had a 1 minute right here, and we had, this is like more of like a gap, but we had a really small one in here. But this 1 minute right here, we kept rejecting off of it, we closed under it, and then closed above it automatically, kind of invalidating that inverse fair value gap, because if it was strong, we would have continued to the downside, and then Asia could have been a possible, London could have been a possible target, but we never went that low. We recovered right away, price kind of pushed up, inverse this, and then we were just kind of holding this range. So right before market opened, I usually only do this on an eval. I'm not trading market open on an express because market open's way too volatile, but eval is completely different. Right when I was done analyzing, I had literally a second before market open, so I was able to manage to get an entry right at 929. Stops are right here because if we go lower, chances are we'll tap into any unfilled 15 minutes we had below here and possibly take London and then push higher, because typically we want to sweep liquidity and then we'll go push up higher. Price is never just going to run all the way up unless it's news or something else. So entered right here, stops are right here, targeted $1,500 at 40 points, and break even was at London. If we didn't take London first on NQ and as ES took London first, then I also would want to break even on this, because then I would have made a time session SMT, which usually are the stronger ones. So if I play this out, you'll see we swept every high. We once we took London on here, went break even, and then it hit the 40-point mark. And then as you see, we had a small push up. I know ES is super ahead, so ES is trading all the way above, tapping into unfilled 1 hour and 4 hours, while NQ is just kind of lagging behind. But once we took that, obviously we took London, because in order to push higher, we have to take liquidity. So it's like 15 minutes, so this is faster. So we took London and then kind of recovered and just pushed up higher and ended up for the day. Yeah, so that was pretty much a recap. Obviously market open, always keep that on evals, because it's always going to be more volatile. It's always more of, I would say gamble, because your confluences and everything could be right, but we could still sweep liquidity and then push towards your draw liquidity. So you could have a proper draw liquidity, but it's more 50-50 on market open, whether your draw gets taken before or after you get stopped out. So I always play that a lot safer, but that's what I took for Monday, November 10th. I'm going to post this on Tuesday, November 11th, because it's a bank holiday. I'm not trading a bank holiday. I'm going to sleep in. Yeah, this is pretty much what I took. So